Welcome. In this video I will show you an update to a project I've already done. The source code is on GitHub. The repository is called Hashing App, and what this app does is it simply takes in a user input for like an example password, and it hashes the password and it puts the password in a database, so it's persistence. And this program uses a Singleton pattern, and that's good to know, especially if you're starting off with Java and they're going to have you they're going to want to show you like how to do like a singleton pattern. It's a way to create a single instance of a class, so it can be used again and again. And in this case, we create a mongoUtil instance. So this mongoUtil is a connection to a Mongo database, and I have the class right here. And this is your singleton pattern. This is your mongoUtil class. This is how you'll create your connection to your Mongo database. You simply type in mongoDB / localhost. You'll put the name of the collection. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I messed up. You'll put your name of the database in Mongo here, and this method will collect the name of the collection. Since this is a kind of like a DAO pattern, we have this class here, account mDAO, and this will use the connection, the mongoUtil connection, and it will start using these classes, these Mongo database and Mongo collection classes. It'll start using the methods in there. Yeah, because like if you look in the pom.xml, you have to have these dependencies. You have to have the mongoDB driver dependency in there, and I have this log4j dependency also. That's optional. You don't really need that, but I use it to kind of get rid of this annoying warning they give you, because if you don't have log4j, Mongo wants to warn you about not having it. So yeah, so this is this has some this is a very important method right here. I'll show you that later. So anyway, you have to have mongoDB, and it's something that you need to learn about. Maybe you could watch videos or read like a W3 article about it. One good place to start for getting your mongosh is you go to this website here. You'll find it on mongodb.com, and you'll have to navigate your way to this page here. And from here, you'll download this zip file. Just simply download this and go through the process, and you might have to configure or put in your path variable, your environment variable, so you can run your command line, because that's what the mongodb shell is. It's a command line usage of your Mongo database. And so I'll also try to put in a link to a video which I think really nicely explains how to download this shell and then how to set your path variables so you can use your command shell. And another important site here is this site here. This is on the MongoDB docs, and it's a cheat sheet, and it tells you a lot of the different commands, helpful commands to know in order to do stuff in your MongoDB. It shows you CRUDs and stuff like that. Okay, so let's run the program, and when I run this program, you'll see kind of how good it works. Okay, try to run this. My earbud just fell out. Alright, so we'll enter an example password, and we'll call it YouTube demo. And in this program, what it does is it returns the name of basically like the ID. So this is the object ID in the database. And right now, you'll see that this password I entered is hashed in the database. So in order to check our database, we'll go to the terminal. And we have the terminal here, and in order to run your mongosh, you can type in mongosh. Okay, so it starts up your mongosh. This is what it looks like when you start it up. Your Mongo shell. And a good command to know is show DBS, and this will show the databases you have. And these are the databases I have, and I think this admin, config, and local are kind of like default stuff mongosh gives you. And we're going to use the database called hashing app. So you type in use hashing app, and now I'm using the hashing app database. And another good command to know is show collections. This, you could think of this as similar to like schemas like you would have in SQL databases. And so there we go. It shows that we have a collection in there called user, and we'll go back to the Mongo util, and we have it right here. It might be hard to see, but our Mongo util connects to this collection here, user. Okay, so in order to show the information we have in this collection called user, type in db dot user dot find. That's it. And there it shows us the this is it. This is all the information that we have in this collection, and you can see that we have this. It looks like a JSON string here because it is like a JSON string. And if we check our program we just ran, you see how it returned this object ID. It starts with 630, ends with 83C. We could check here that there it is, 630 APC, and it shows the password that we have in there. See, it's hashed. So there you go, and I'll show you some other commands. Like I'll show you how to, let's say you want to create a new collection. So if you want to create a collection, let's say a new collection in this hashing app database, the way you do that is you type in db.create collection. And I think you type in just the name you want for it. So let's say new collection. I think this is it. Let's try that. There you go. That's how you create a new collection. And then we can type show collections. And we can show, see, now we have this new collection here. And if we want to, let's say I wanted to, I'll show you how to delete a collection. And I kind of forgot how to do that, but I have this file here which kind of reminds me. Okay, so the command to delete a collection would be db dot, let's delete this one we just created, dot drop. Okay, so we just deleted that collection. So I just showed you how to do that in case in case you don't like using the name of user for your collection, you can just create a new one, swap it out. Let me show you this an important command that we see from this DAO layer here. So here, let's input more users into this program here. Okay, so we're going to enter another password here. We're going to enter password of dog cat. So it's going. Okay, let's enter another one. Dog cat, and then we'll say code oak. Okay, so we just entered some more data into this database. And we'll just show that data real quick. db.user.find. Okay, so this is, we just entered more data. And I'm going to show the method. Let's say we only wanted to display the last one we just entered. Okay, so this is the last entry we just did. So in order to do that, I'm just going to copy and paste this command in here. Okay. And I'm going to enter the name of this collection here. And then just swap out this name here. Okay. And then we'll run this command here. Okay, you see how when we enter this command here, it's gonna show us just this entry here, the last one in the list. And that's important because in this m account DAO layer, this is the command. This command here is this right here. So this is how we program it into Java and how we use this mongoCursor class to kind of call that method here. And so what happens is when we insert a user, you're going to insert the user by creating a new document in Mongo and putting the username and by putting in the hashed password into the document. And then this Mongo util will run this method called get user collection. So it's going to get all of this. It's going to get a collection of all these users. And then it's going to get the collection. It's going to insert a new entry, and then it's going to like iterate. So it's going to run this. It's going to find this last entry we just put in, and then it's going to put it into like an array list. So we use the array list object because I'm going to show you what happens if we don't really properly do something with this array list. So look at this system out here where we have users.get 0, and when we're saying get 0, we're getting like the index. It's like the key value pair. There's a key value pair of A and B, or 0 and 1, and we're getting the first thing. So like, let's say I deleted this thing here, right? Let's say I deleted this get 0. Let's see if I can comment that out. No, I can't do that. But yeah, I'll delete the get 0, and I'll show you what the program looks like if we don't use this array list object correctly. Okay. So we'll run the program again. Let's just enter something. Enter an example. Hello world. Okay, so if we don't specify get 0, it's going to show us this whole thing from the iterator, right? Because it's going to iterate and it's going to do array list doc.values. But we don't want to show this to the user of this program because we don't want to show the user the hashed password in the database. We only want to show the user the object ID, and this is the object ID. And so we have to say get 0, get this element here, and don't show this thing. So that's why we have to do users.get 0. I could have just done Control Z, undo. So that's why we have to do the get 0 thing. If we did get 1, we would get this thing back. So yeah, that's just quickly like how to properly use the iterator. You know, we're creating an entry into the database, and then we're going to read it by using this method. We're going to help read this entry. And then, you know, maybe later I could update and delete stuff. But yeah, that's the singleton pattern and how to use mongoDB. Be sure to check out the mongoDB cheat sheet so you can get comfortable with how to do more stuff with Mongo. So if you check on GitHub, this project, it now has one branch where we use it's a PostgreSQL connection, and then we now have another branch where we use the mongoDB connection. So we have a SQL and a no SQL singleton pattern. Yeah, so go ahead and clone the repository. Try it for yourself. Try to get comfortable with the mongoDB shell, and happy coding.